Good morning everyone, welcome to Rallycross GT. Today we have a very special event here for you guys. We are hosting a 1v1 challenge between GroveStreetRacing and our defending champion KSCR Rollbay. So if you don't know who these guys are, allow me to introduce GroveStreetRacing here, aka Mike Groove. He's one of the fastest guys in the North America region, participated in several 16 stars races in FIA before, and you know, one of the fastest guys out there, being part of PX7 team, which most of you should know if you are in the Americas region. Really fast team, really fast guy. He's raced with us once before. He participated in the season finale in Willow Springs, and he managed to get a podium in his first ever appearance in Rallycross GT without a lot of practice, with no proper card setup or anything. Really curious to see what he could do if he had more time to practice there. That's GroveStreetRacing for you guys. And well, he knows our defending champion here, KSCR Rollbay, who, well, if you know Rallycross GT, you know who he is, but allow me to introduce him anyway. Basilis Kanaris from Greece. He is known for driving with the D-pad, old school controllers for him. So he drives using the D-pad, square and X for throttle and brakes. Bit of a legend himself, and he's known for having several top 10 records on time trial events, driving with those old school controls. So he's a very fast guy. You know, he's been champion twice in Rallycross GT and got 2nd place in 3 seasons. So, well, he's arguably the fastest guy RXGT has ever seen. Well, maybe our season 2 champion might argue, but he's not here to defend himself, so he's gonna have to come back and claim the spot again. So these are the two guys here today, and we are hosting this at RXGT by special request of Rollbay. You know, he likes what we do here. He wants to promote this challenge against GroveStreetRacing here on our channel. They are finishing their warm-up here. Let's see, you know, what they can do. Who's gonna win? So we're gonna have a little prediction going on Twitch as well. You can vote using your channel points who you think is gonna win. And here on the chat we already have Domitsakos, Go Rollbay Greek Squad, yeah! Black Ruivo, Red Beard, Bom dia Barba. V1B Racing, let's go Grove my boy. Oh yes, we have people cheering on both sides. Okay, I'm having a message there that the guys are ready. So we are 5 minutes too soon. So we're gonna start. Okay. So race 1, Rollbay will start in the front, Mike chasing. So they are both ready. Are you guys ready? Nikali 11, go Rollbay. Oh yes, this is getting interesting. This is getting interesting. 3 laps. Let's see what they can do. Welcome to Rallycross GT. This is the 1v1 series between GroveStreetRacing and KSCR Rollbay. We are at the Circuit de Sainte Croix in France, driving the Porsche GT4 Club Sport, Porsche Cayman. Maximum power, minimum weight. So we're gonna have 2 races here. Robe is leading first. Mike is chasing. Green light, and there they go. Robe maintaining the lead, and GroveStreetRacing on the chase. What can Mike do here? It's a very long track, very wide track as well, so plenty of chances for overtaking and also defending. And these cars with maximum power, minimum weight, and racing soft tires, they're gonna be super fast. So if you don't know the rules of 1v1s, so you're gonna have 2 races with each car choice in the same track. Each driver leads once, and then we have a second track with a different combo, different car and track, and then there's a third track where Robe has chosen the car, and Mike will pick the track. So there can be a winner if you win 4 or more races. There can be a draw. Ooh, Mike with a small mistake there, going a little bit too wide and getting out of the slipstream. We can try to get that on the replay later. A little mistake from Mike, but he's making ground again. He's back to 0.8 difference. There are 3 laps each race. Robe is starting to get him a little bit. It's very interesting to see the difference here between the lines on Robe with a D-pad. Doesn't make much difference on the straight line. Big long straight line here, but you can see how his car is very twitchy on the corners. That's because he's driving with a D-pad. Let's see his throttle at the corner exit. You see the brake, he's pumping the brake, pumping, and then pumping the throttle. And Mike is a lot more soft on it because he's with the wheel and the pedals. Who else we have here? Zoker Marlon. I don't know them, but Robe took the bet on him. Okay, so Robe is our defending champion, and GroveStreetRacing is one of the fastest guys in the North America region. He's quite popular guy in Gran Turismo, and he challenged our champion here for a 1v1 match. So far he started on the chase, and a couple of small mistakes. He's 1.5 seconds, 1.7 seconds behind now. They're driving the GR4 Porsche Cayman, minimum weight, maximum power. THC Evil Melon also here. The Pizza King. It's not open tuning. It's not open tuning, Melon. They are stock. All cars here are stock. No setup. So Robe maintaining the lead. A little mistake again there from Mike, getting a little bit more dirt. So he's coming fresh into here, no practice whatsoever. You're not supposed to practice for the challenges. Robe did a few laps on that, and he acknowledged that he was not aware. He was not supposed to practice. But maybe that would not make that much of a difference. Maybe we can have a second event after this. Who knows? So Zoker Marlon, it's good to have you here back with us on the channel. Maybe you should come back to Gran Turismo, come back in Gran Turismo 7, and you can join us on the track. We're here on board with GroveStreetRacing. He's almost losing Robe off view. 2.4 seconds. We're racing with racing soft tires, by the way, so it's not super soft, but it's soft. Still got a lot of grip on them. 2.7 gap. Robe is smashing in this first leg here of the challenge. Let's go back to the external camera. So Robe they're driving with the D-pad. If you don't know what the D-pad is, get your controller. Look at the arrows on the left. That's the D-pad. It's not the stick. 3 seconds gap now, and it's growing. So Robe drives the D-pad. He's very famous for that. He's probably one of the fastest, if not the fastest, D-pad player in the world in GT Sport. A little mistake there from Robe. Hits the wall. You saw a few sparks there, and now the time is going down 2.9 from 3.1. So little mistake there from King Robe. Lost 3/10 there to Mike, but also a little mistake from Mike there, touching the grass a little bit too much with 2 wheels on the right hand side. As they continue here to open the final lap. Rob on drums coming here to join us in the chat. Well, he's actually on YouTube there following Mike Grove. I'm watching our broadcast here commentating, but also got the YouTube there. So you can also watch this live on YouTube. If you go to YouTube, GroveStreetRacing, you can watch this challenge from Mike Grove's point of view. You can see his little camera in there as well. Didn't know you can be that quick without the wheel. Yes, you can. Well, this is Gran Turismo, and Gran Turismo is meant to be accessible. It's meant to be a simulator, yes, but it's meant to be accessible to everyone. Easy for you to come in and play the game. So it's meant for you to play with a controller initially. Like games like Project Cars or Assetto Corsa. I mean, Project Cars especially is not ideal for you to play with a controller. I didn't know that when Project Cars 1 came out. Bought it and I hated it. Also, I was not so much into a sim mood at the time. Ended up not enjoying the game as much. So I traded it in. But yeah, Gran Turismo, you're fine to play with the controller and a D-pad. 4 seconds gap and doing purple sector there, Robe. And there is Mike Grove coming there a little bit further back. Let's hear in the sector by sector. You can see that Robe had already the purples in lap 2 in every single sector. Every single sector Robe was faster. So this is the first of 2 laps here in Sainte Croix layout A. Then you're gonna have the second leg. Ooh, Robe with a penalty there. What happened? Did he cut a corner? Did he hit a wall? Easy to get rid of the penalty here. So not much of a problem for him. But you can see, let's go on board with him. You can see his inputs are a little bit funny. The car is very twitchy in the corners. Half a second down there. Robe absolutely smashing here this first leg of the challenge. Here he comes. Final corner, 5 seconds gap. 5 seconds on GroveStreetRacing, and there he comes, KSER Robe, to take the checkered flag and win race 1 of this 1v1 series against GroveStreetRacing. That's 1-0. 1-0 for Robe. How are the predictions? KSER Robe with the win, and the predictions are saying that Robe is gonna take this one. Right, let's switch drivers' positions now. Now is GroveStreetRacing leading, as they're having a bit of a chat They're ready for race 2 already. I've switched positions already. They are both ready. So let's go. The 2 Porsches there. Welcome to Rallycross GT, and this is the 1v1 series between GroveStreetRacing and KSZR Rollbay. We are ready for race 2. Let's get racing. GroveStreetRacing leading this one, and Rollbay chasing. That's 1-0 for Rollbay. Started in second gear there. See how he pumps there. What Mike is much more gentle on the throttle. Can Rollbay chase? Can Rollbay pass? It's going to be quite interesting. We saw a small mistake from Mike at the start of lap 1 in race 1. He ended up losing precious stance there. And look at Rollbay already very aggressive, trying to find a gap. He does not waste time. He wants to get ahead as quickly as he can. But this is a 3-lap race. A small mistake there from Rollbay, going wide, touching the grass and losing a little bit of distance, but making up quite quickly. Remember, these are GR4 Porsche Caymans with minimum weight and maximum power. I do not know exactly how much power that is. I can check after the race if anyone is curious. But as it stands, no changes of position so far. Rollbay had one opportunity there to make a pass in turn 2 or 3, but could not capitalize, and now he is chasing. He's chasing GroveStreetRacing, one of the fastest guys in the North America region. Touching the dirt a little bit there, Mike. Sending a little bit of dust into Rollbay's face. It's a big, open, wide track here. Rollbay trying to find space. I think they had a little bit of contact there, perhaps. Rollbay trying to get past sooner rather than later. And here we're gonna have a big straight. And Rollbay side by side. A little bit too wide there for Mike Grove. Contact perhaps. And Rollbay with the pass. Let's try to get the replay on that, see what happened from Mike's point of view. So a little mistake there from Mike. Lost too much time. There's the grass, no contact. Just a mistake on the corner exit. Just a mistake in the corner exit, and then another mistake at the next corner. So Rollbay now with the overtake, and he's leading. This one is already 1-0 for him, and he's ready to take another win here. Opening lap 2 of 3, and that is Rollbay leading Mike Grove one more time, this time with a pass. They switched positions after race 1. Redbeard here in the chat saying that Grooves looks like him racing. Now you're not that good, mates. Nah, but Grove didn't have any practice. You're not supposed to practice for the challenges. But yeah, you can see some small, unusual mistakes there from Mike, and that's costing him the lead. And Don Mitsakos, yes, Robe is flying. Yes, he is. Mike with the penalty there now. He's closing in. It's 1.1 gap. But he needs to do a lot better than that. But he actually commits another mistake there. Goes a little bit wide, touches the grass. And the gap goes up to 1.7. This track here does not forgive mistakes. It's a very big track. And a car with a min-max. So any small mistake is multiplied. It's interesting to see how Robe takes the corners, especially like the S-bend. It looked like he was not gonna make it, but he just like the car slides in and just carries on. Here into the bridge where we saw GroveStreetRacing going off in the previous lap, as he keeps the chase 2 seconds down. 2 seconds down, keeping in mind that Mike started up front. A little bit aggressive there, skidding sideways a little bit. Zocker Marlon saying too many mistakes by Groove. Yes, few too many. But this track here is one of the least used tracks in Gran Turismo. Not many people drive here, so perhaps that's what's happening here to Mike Grove. He doesn't know the exact braking points and apexes of this track. Even though it's a very wide track, you would think it's easy to drive. It's not that easy. 3-0 GroveStreetRacing's time there, so showing 3.2 for some reason. And a 2:57 by Rollbay. 4 seconds gap. It's a 4 seconds gap now. It's going up. Don't remember how much was the gap in the first challenge, but we are not going by gaps here. We're going by finish position. So you gotta finish ahead to score 1 point. This is best out of 6, rather. So this is 2 races with this combo here. So Sun Croix A with the Porsche. The next combo is Sun Croix C reverse with Group 3 Peugeot RCZ. And then there's another combo where they're gonna drive the Toyota 86 Group 4 as well. But Mike will pick the track. So how this challenges work, so because Mike challenged Robe, so Robe picks the cars and tracks for the challenge. Then if Robe wants to challenge Mike for another one, where Mike picks the tracks and cars, you know, if Robe challenges Mike, then Mike would be able to choose the cars and tracks. It's best out of 6. So if you go on YouTube, you find well, not a big mistake there from Mike. He's going straight into the corner there. Let's see that one more time. Literally completely missed the S-bend as they come here into the bridge. 6 seconds gap. Mike's gonna have a lot of work to do for race 2, for the combo 2. So there's 6 races in total. You can have a 3-3. So if you go on YouTube, you can also watch this on Mike Grove's channel. He's hosting it himself as well. And you can see on his channel his 1v1 against TX3 Stagger, like another ridiculously fast guy from North America, where they had a 3-3, like they had a draw. So it was even. There's no overtime race. You can have a draw, That's cool. But Robe does not want to draw. He wants to win this one, and he comes to take the checkered flag one more time. And it's 2-0 for Robe. 2-0 against GroveStreetRacing here at St. Croix in this 1v1 series between GroveStreetRacing and Robe. Two 0 up, 2 wins in a row for Robe. Now we're gonna switch tracks. So we're gonna switch tracks. Grid set, event settings, and we're gonna get race 2. So that's St. Croix C. This track is 10 kilometers long, and there's this straight here that is 1.8 kilometers long straight. Interesting track. We've raced this before with Formula 1 cars in the past, classic F1 cars here in Gran Turismo. So I've lost sound here for a second. Yeah, sound's back. Oh, and look at the time of the day here. It's quite foggy and cold. That's gonna be good. Robe with his classic livery. And this time Mike's got a livery as well. I like to see that. So they're gonna have a little warm up here. Dominic Saxis is loving it. Greek squad here is smashing. So let's get the prediction outcome. There's still people voting here. Some people voting for Robe. I think I cannot. I'm not gonna close this just yet. I think the voting time might have finished. But it's good to see more people voting. Robe with the RXGT logo there at the back. Even though this is a Group 3 car, this is not his usual Group B rally car. You can see how long this. Oh yes, they're in reverse. I was looking at the map, like they're going the wrong direction. Well, yeah. Completely different dashboard here. You have the little TV screen there. And you can see here on board how Robe's inputs are. Let's clear the HUD. Ooh, almost a mistake there. Almost hitting the wall. Tiny adjustments as they are warming up here. So it's gonna be 3 laps on this race as well. Yeah, vote this time has finished. I don't think I can open another voting. Oh, is that a mistake there from Grove? I was looking at the chat, I missed what happened. This time the cars are on racing mediums, and they are with the BOP, the balance of performance, enabled, and stock tuning. So no tuning here. And with the cars with the default, not 100%, but with the in-game balancing settings for weight and power. People people who are here on Twitch, I'm just gonna drop the link. You guys, if you wanna watch this on Grove's channel as well, just go there, drop and say hello. Cheer for him. Here's the link on the chat. You can go there and say RXGT says hi. Or that you're cheering for him or cheering for Robe. You can tell him whatever you want. They're still warming up here, trying to find the breaking point. And Mike's now coming to close to finish a lap. It's a very long lap. Different track layout as well. This car's got a lot more downforce. Looks like he didn't know there was a turn here. Yeah, this track here, if you look again on board, it's got a lot of blind crests, blind corners, some off-camber corners as well. It's not easy. This one is very wide, yes, but this track is supposed to be like open roads. You can see the houses and the electricity cables there, you know, in the background. This is supposed to be a bit like Le Mans, that is open road. This as well is supposed to be open roads, not necessarily a full-on race circuit. The bits of tarmac there stitched. I think Mike's gonna do one more warm-up lap. You see how he comes here up and down, and then it's completely blind. You don't see where this corner ends before you have to go into a right-hander. See, over the crest here, and you brake over the crest into an off-camber corner. And if I remember well, at the end of this corner also is another off-camber tricky one to the left. Look at this. It's an off-camber zigzag. It's much worse when you come the other way around though, because you come much faster to the little bend. I think this is where, yeah, this is where he had a mistake. It's also another very tricky corner. Difficult car with no setup? Nah. These guys, so guys like Mike, you know, they drive a lot of FIA in daily races, which are with the BOP on and with stock settings, like no tuning. So this shouldn't be any big surprise for him in terms of car and so on. So Robe is saying starting soon. Let's okay, so I'm having the okay from Robe. Okay, I can see that Robe still, sorry, Mike's still driving there. I'm watching his YouTube as well. So let me just see who leads. So just checking who starts up front. If maybe Mike starts since he's 2-0 down. Maybe he can score 1 point here. See what they say. Just waiting for the okay. Oh, it's reverse grid. Okay. So it's reverse grid. Mike leads. Let's start with race number 3. Welcome to Rallycross GT. If you're joining us now, this is the 1v1 series between GroveStreetRacing and KSZR Roubaix. And this is the track 2, race 3. GroveStreetRacing leading this one against Roubaix. And there's a 2-0 up for Roubaix. He won both races in the first track with the first car. They were driving the Porsche GR4 max power minimum weight at Sainte Croix A, and this time they are in Sainte Croix C reverse with the Group 3 Peugeot RCZ. Mike starting up front. It's a good lead there, half a second off the line. Let's see if he can maintain that. Roubaix in absolute chase mode here with his traditional black and orange livery. Closing the gap already. Coming in really close. Let's see if we can find a space to pass. This track is really wide. They're gonna have a 1.8 kilometer straight. If you don't know kilometers, that's just over 1.1 miles long. And look at Roubaix already side by side before the straight, already with a pass. Amazing job there by Roubaix. Bold move, but Mike got out of that one a little bit better. It's a drag race here in the straight. They're side by side, but Mike's got the inside line. So the next corner is to the left, so that favors GroveStreetRacing. Side by side, the next corner is to the right, so now it goes to Roubaix. Beautiful display of skill of both drivers there, literally side by side all the way in the straight in the corners. But this one is a little bit tricky there. GroveStreetRacing runs out of space and has to slot in behind Roubaix. There's a Roubaix with a pass before the straight, and now holding on to the lead. But that was amazing stuff there between the two. Amazing display of skills. This is only the first lap. We've got 2 more laps to go here, and Roubaix is 2-0 up. 2-0 up, and there are 6 races today. You never know, he could win this one, but then Mike wins the next 3, and then we have a draw. It can always happen. It's not over until it's over. You know, there could be a mistake. These things happen. Let's go on board with GroveStreetRacing. Let's hide the HUD here as he chases RXGT double champion KSZR Roubaix. Trying to find a gap, trying to close the gap. And as I was saying before, this track is like open road. There are 3 different layouts of this track. Well, clockwise and counterclockwise. And the same part of the track is featured in multiple different layouts. Here's an opportunity for Mike. He's got the inside line and he gets it. He gets the pass. Roubaix goes a little bit too wide there, runs out of space. Hits the wall just about. Lost a little bit of time, but no damage to his car. And before the end of lap 1, we see another change of positions, and that's Mike Grove up to P1 again. As they come into turn 1, look at Roubaix go. Another change of position here. They are on fire. I think Mike is warmed up now. He knows what to expect from Roubaix. Are we gonna see a huge comeback here by Mike? That's 2 laps down, sorry, 1.5 laps down. Not even 1.5, it's just 1 and a bit. These laps here are huge. They're gonna pass the hairpin there. Hairpin left. And then into the straight. You see Robe twitching a lot, but that's his driving style with the D-pad. So not such a good exit this time for Mike. He's 6 tenths behind, but this is a 1.8 kilometer straight. He should be able to close the gap and make a pass. Let's see. 2 tenths down. Is it gonna be enough? Robe does not block. And yes, Mike managed to get the pass just before the corner. Robe a little bit wide again, nudges the wall one more time. Sparks flying everywhere. But that's Mike Grove now completing the overtake. Another long straight. This strike here is famous for this super long straights. And Mike Grove holding on to the lead. He started up front. His reverse grid. So as they come here into a very twisty part of the track, Robe trying to get the inside line, but no chance. This is where we saw Mike committing a few mistakes earlier in practice. And the battle is on. Robe, full chase mode. Zucker Marlon there saying great fight. Domi Sakus as well, awesome race. Yes, these two guys here, super fast. One of the fastest guys with D-pad in the world. That is KSER Robe. Versus GroveStreetRacing, very famous Gran Turismo guy. You know, several times on the 16 Superstars in FIA races. Super fast guy. And I'm very happy to bring this challenge to you guys here on the screen of RXGT. You can also watch this on Mike Grove's YouTube. I can paste the link in the chat again if you guys want to watch. But look at Robe trying to find a space around the outside. Mike closes the space there. It's a long straight. Next corner is left. Grove's got the advantage. We saw a pass here before in the previous lap. Almost with a switch there by Robe, but he did not have enough momentum. And we're gonna open the final lap here in this race. Track 2, race 1. And Mike holding on to the lead. There's Robe with the fastest lap there, 27.7. And Robe with another overtake, but goes a little bit wide there. Comes back in. Only 5/100ths of a second between the two in their fastest laps. It's amazing stuff. Now Mike's got a bit of homework to do if he wants to bring this to 2-1. The challenge. Robe won the first 2 races. Whoop. A little mistake there, I think. Yes, it was a mistake by Mike. He lost the rear, touched the grass, and he's now 1.2 seconds down. This is going to be tricky for him now. Without slipstream, can he get Robe? The slipstream here in Gran Turismo starts at 0.75. So there's no slipstream for him here. The time gap remains the same. He needs to hope for a mistake from Robe. Mistakes from Robe don't happen often. They do happen, but not often. We've seen much more mistakes here from Mike today. So he needs to pull a hat out of the rabbit, or a rabbit out of the hat. I'm not sure what he needs to do here. The gap's down one tenth now, 1.3. But his lap is 1.4 down from his fastest lap, the previous lap. You can just see the difference there caused by that mistake. As it stands, that's going to be 3-0 up for Robe, RXGT champion. Coming into the final sectors of this track. Robe holding on to the lead. And the gap's going up to 1.7 now. Mike's really struggling now after that mistake. If you're watching on YouTube, his full concentration. Absolutely fully focused there, a little bit sideways in that corner. The final long straight. Then there's a left-hander, a 90 degrees left-hander, and a 45 degrees sort of right-hander to the finish. But as it stands, I don't think this man, KSER Robe, is gonna make a mistake in this final corner. And he's about to take another win. And that is 3-0 up in this 1v1 series. KSER Robe wins again. GroveStreetRacing takes second. That's 3-0 up in 3 races. It's not over yet, but that's 3-0. So that was race 3 out of 6. And that's 3-0 up for Robe. So they're ready for race 2. Let's go into race 4. Welcome to Rallycross GT, and this is the 1v1 series between GroveStreetRacing and KSER Robe. We're about to start with race 4. And Robe has won 3 in a row. He's 3-0 up. He's chasing again. Mike had some great moments this past race. Some great overtakes. But a little mistake there caused him the slipstream. And Robe disappeared up front. But only 2 seconds gap at the end of this race. So much smaller gap than in races 1 and 2. And Robe with a much better start this time as well. Only 2/10 gap into turn 1. We saw a half a second gap in race 1. Oh, a little bit too sideways there by Robe. You could hear the tires going crazy. But he managed to control the car. And the chase is on. Chase is on. But Grove holding on to the lead. They're gonna come into the hairpin left into the 1.8 kilometer long straight. Let's see what Mike's gonna do here. Is he gonna let Robe pass and then try to take the position back? Is Robe gonna sit behind and just cook? They're side by side here. Literally side by side. Grove with a small advantage. The corner is to the left. And Mike comes around the outside. He's gonna hold the advantage for the second leg of the corner. They're literally side by side into the corner, and GroveStreetRacing managed to hold on to the lead just about into the bridge section. There's Grove followed by Robe. Next corner is to the left. Grove there is taking the inside line, trying to defend his position. It's hard to defend position on this track because it's so wide. You see how Robe came around the outside and just got a pass. No trouble whatsoever. That corner there, maybe staying on the inside is not a good idea. And Robe is the type of guy that's gonna study your every move. He's been watching the 1v1 between Grove and TX3 Stagger last week. He's been watching the replay of that, studying Mike's strengths and weaknesses, where he makes mistakes. You know, and as you can see, he's finding his passing positions really well. Meanwhile, Mike's been committing some small mistakes there as well. But he's holding on to the slipstream, to the long straight. Wow, another long straight. There are like 4 very, very long straights here. Should be enough to close the gap. It's gonna go to the outside, Mike. Robe shuts the door as they come together into the corner. Robe switching lanes, trying to defend his position, but Mike there almost finding a gap on the inside. There he goes, puts the car side by side into turn 1. Can Mike make the move here? No, he can't. No, he can't. Settles for second again. He's trying to come around the outside. They're side by side. But Robe holds on to the lead by the skin of his teeth. Mike Grove is angry. He's full on here. Full attack mode. Let's go on board with him. Into the hairpin. Look how tricky this hairpin is. He's close enough. He surely is gonna get the position here. Can he keep the position after the straight though? The straight is over a mile long, about 1.1 miles long. Let's Grove up to P1. He's got the full car ahead. This time they're not taking the corner side by side, but Robe puts the car in there. Very bold move by Robe, chucking the car on the inside line. But now it's gonna be on the outside. Grove goes wide. Grove goes really wide there, and Robe gets the pass on the switch into the bridge. We're gonna try to get a replay out of that if we have a chance, but great move by Robe. Now Mike's gonna try to come around the outside, a little bit of contact between the two. Mike was gonna try to switch himself here now. He saw Robe doing it in the previous lap. Tried to do the same, but Robe was right there in the middle of the track. No space to pass. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, the battle is getting more and more heated up. That's 3-0 up for Robe. Mike needs to win this one and the next 2. Can he do it? Can he break even against double champion KSER Robe? Almost finishing here, lap 2. Mike still chasing. Let's have a look at that overtake. Look at that. Absolute class by Robe. Right, hairpin left. And Mike is a little bit further back now. Did he make a mistake? Let's have a look. Yeah, he went a little bit too wide there, like skidding sideways. Just before the hairpin. And he already came into the hairpin with bigger gap than he would have liked. The gap's now almost 1 second. Grove is out of the slipstream. He's gonna need a miracle now to catch Robe. Don't meet Saku's there. Great move, coach. Yes, Coach Robe versus Coach Mike Grove. I saw a little bit of dirt coming out of the tires from Robe there. I think he touched the grass a little bit. The gap's down by a marginal margin. It's back up to 1 second. Mike cannot capitalize here on the rare and small mistakes from Robe. And the gap's up to 1.2 now. Mike's getting nervous, I think. And not able to push anymore. Both guys here are really fast. But Robe is taking the advantage here. He's already 3-0 up. He chose the tracks, he chose the cars because he was the challenged. Grove Street Racing was a challenger. And I guess on Robe's turf, it's not working out. It's not working out for him. It's 1.3 gap. He needs to close the gap. He needs that slipstream to have any chance of an overtake in the final corners of the track. Robe with the purple sector again. 3:26, the fastest lap here. 1.3 seconds. And stable. What do you think, guys? Can Mike pull one out of the hat here in the final few corners? He's 3-0 down. He needs a miracle. He's too far even for a dive here, desperate dive. But he's not gonna give up. We have 2 more races to go, perhaps. If Robe goes 4-0 up, he's already the winner of the 1v1. But do we have 2 more races just because? Or do we call it a day? Few corners to go. Mike got a few tenths there back from Robe. There's 1.1 now. Got 2 tenths. Really slow there in that corner, it looked like. Actually, it's just a really tight hairpin. 1.1 seconds. 2 corners to go. 2 corners for Robe to win this 1v1 challenge. There's 1 corner down and another mistake by Mike Grove. They're a desperate move trying to close the gap. Ends up hitting the wall, the difference goes up, and KSER Robe comes to take another win. That's 4-0 up. And he is the winner of the 1v1 series against Grove Street Racing. KSER Robe, 4-0. 4 wins in a row. What a race. Right, that's 4-0 up. I think we can complete the prediction here. Thank you very much for all those who have voted. We've got our results, and that is 4-0 for Robe. Here are the results. Very small gap, 1.6 seconds, as small as it was in the previous race. So with the RCC Group 3, much more even. Okay, so we are going to have 2 more races. So this time is Mike's picking the track. He's picking Suzuka. We're gonna need to check the number of laps, and we should get GR4s on race medium. Right. Let's start another prediction. Right. Let's start another prediction here. So 4 laps. So new prediction. Can Mike Grove take at least one win here from Rollbay? What do you guys think? The channel points here, the predictions are going up, 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 up. Domitsako's Rollbay champion. Okay, this is gonna be interesting. And this time they are driving the Toyota 86. Yes, they both got the Toyota there. Warming up. Mike with the default livery. And Rollbay, which is Coach Rollbay, Origin Black livery. So Mike's 2-0 down, but I don't think he's going down without a challenge, without fighting back. So that's 4-0 up for Rollbay. Can this be a 4-2 perhaps? It's going to be a 6-0. Right, we've got the challenge up. Wow, someone put 1,000 points here. And everybody's saying, nope, Mike cannot take any points here. Wow, guys, that's savage. But let's wait and see. It's not over yet. We still got a few more races to go. Ooh, we're seeing Mike going sideways there in the... I think this is spoon corner, isn't it? A little bit too wide. I'm just gonna re-share the link here for people to come and watch. They're still warming up here. This is the final combo of the day. That's Suzuka, that is Mike's pick for the track, with the Toyota 86 that Rollbay picked. So if you're just joining us now, welcome to Rallycross GT. This is the 1v1 series, the first here at RXGT, and today we have GroveStreetRacing challenging our double champion KSZR Rollbay. And so far it's not going really well for this guy here, because Rollbay has won the first 4 races in a row. The first combo was Circuit de Saint Croix A, with a GR4 Porsche with maximum power, minimum weight. The second challenge was Saint Croix C reverse with a Group 3 RCZ with a BOP and racing medium tires. And now they're racing here. The final pick is the Challenger. Mike Challenger picks the track with the car that Rollbay chose. So Grove chose Suzuka, and Rollbay chose the Toyota 86. So you still have 10 more minutes to vote, guys. Do you think Robe can take points here from Mike? It's 4-0 at the moment. It's fair enough that Robe had a little bit of practice beforehand, but this time, no practice. This time they're coming in fresh. No one knew the track. Let's see what they can do. Right, I'm getting the okay from the guys. And we're gonna start soon. We have 2 more races to go. Sorry, it should be reverse position, so I think it should be Mike leading. I'm not sure why it changed here. I put reverse grid. Okay, I'm just gonna put it by the host and I'm gonna manually change them. Right. Ready to race. Welcome to Rallycross GT. This is the 1v1 series between GroveStreetRacing and KSCR Rollbay. This is the track 3. This is the 5th race of the day. So far, Rollbay's been smashing it. That's 4-0 up. Rollbay has won the first 4 races, but this time, Grove picked the track. Can he take the win this time? Ready to race? And there they go. This is a track that both of them should know very well. It's a very good start by Robe. He's already taking the lead from the launch, almost side by side. A little bit of contact there, and Mike is out of the track. A little bit of contact there. Intentional or not, I don't know. Of course not. No one wants to take each other out here, but I think Robe took the foot out off the throttle there. It's giving the position back. Good stuff there by the champ. Double champ from RXGT Robe with the fair play after the contact. But what a start by Robe there, seizing the lead from the get-go. Mike's up front again, a little bit too quick there under the bridge. The car goes a little bit too sideways, and Robe lost control there. Robe lost control, a little bit of contact. This is going to be an interesting race. Interesting. This Toyota's got the stick to shift the gears, not the pedal shift. Nice. As he tries to find a space here on the inside, but Mike knows this track really well. He's closing all the small gaps that he can. Rob is gonna try to move around the outside. It's not the best place to pick to try and overtake here. You might end up in Shadow Realm. Instead he goes for almost a switch. There's gonna try the outside lane now. But Mike holds on to the lead. There's 4 laps now. 4 laps here at Suzuka. Nikali11 already here on the chat. Congrats Robe with a 4-0. Yes, he's already the winner. But we have 2 more races to go. This one and one more. Mike starting up front, lost the position right at the start, but after a little bit of contact, Robe gave the position back. And Mike has been holding onto the lead since. He's trying hard here with the racing medium tires. And the gap is half a second. Robe is falling behind a little bit. 6 tenths there before the braking zone. I think this track here perhaps does not favor the D-pad driving style from Robe so much. Zucker Marl earlier was asking, you know, like, was surprised that someone can be so fast on the controller, even more so on the D-pad. But yeah, Robe drives the D-pad, square and X for throttle. He's a defending champion in RXGT. While Mike is driving with a full racing rig. There's steering wheel, pedals, fancy seat. It's interesting to see these two different driving styles, and of course, some tracks might favor one style more than the other. Robe closing the gap down to almost 1/10 as they come here to this fast left-hander. Not a good place to try overtaking. Robe makes as if he's gonna go for a lunge there. Mike lowered his guard there, skidded a little bit. But he's holding on to the lead. He's doing his homework well here, Mike. Keeping the inside lane, not giving any space to Robe. Now he goes back to the racing line. Going in to get the apex. And I think in this part of the track, that's where Mike is managing to open a little bit of a gap. Let's see, half a second. It is going a little bit up. I think the consecutive changes of directions really don't favor Robe. But as we get here into the exit of the Asses, Robe catches up again. The difference stabilizes. If Mike can break the slipstream, if he can put more than 7/10 onto Robe, you know, he might be able to take this one, take one win off the champ. We still got 2 minutes there for you guys to vote. Do you think Grove can take points of Robe? Robe is 4-0 up. As it stands, this is going towards Mike Grove's way. Who's gonna take this one? Half a second gap. But Robe is still in the slipstream. One more lap to go after this one. And as it stands, GroveStreetRacing is going to redeem himself and get 1 point back on his track choice, at least. And a 1.5 second penalty there for Robe. Ladies and gentlemen, a penalty for Robe. What about that? And this track is pretty much full throttle all the way. You cannot easily get rid of that penalty. Looks like this is going towards Groove. Anyone that votes towards Groove now is gonna get loads of points back. Even if, like, now Robe needs to finish ahead and open at least 2 seconds to take this one. And Grove with the purple sector there, he's already got the fastest lap and he's going even faster. 0.7, that is it. Robe is out of the slipstream. Robe is out of the slipstream. He's back now. That didn't last that long. Robe fights it back as much as he can. On board with him, he's not close enough to mount an attack anymore. You can hear his tires there making a little bit of noise. Look how interesting his driving style is. These tracks with long open corners really don't favor the D-pad driving style. But Robe is closing in. The gap is only half a second now, but he didn't come out of that corner very well. Ladies and gentlemen, one corner and one chicane to go. And GroveStreetRacing is redeeming himself. Here we go to the chicane, it's not over yet. And GroveStreetRacing is gonna take this one, is gonna take race 5 and bring the difference to 4-1. The first win here for GroveStreetRacing. He takes 1 point off the champ, KSER Robe. We are now 4-1. Mike Grove with the win. Now that was interesting, that was very good. Right, we have one more race to go. We're gonna switch positions. And this time is Robe leading. They are ready to race. Are you guys ready? So let's update the prediction here. Can Mike Grove take at least one win? Yes, he can. He already took one. Let's try one more prediction. Well, that's fine. Let's go like this. Don't want to keep them waiting too long. Robbie is writing something. That's Robe leading. Let's go. Welcome to Rallycross GT. This is the 1v1 series between GroveStreetRacing and KSER Robe. This is race 6, the final race of the day. And the current score is 4 wins for Robe, 1 for Mike Grove. So Robe is already the winner of the championship of the challenge. But can Mike take one more win back? And there they go. This time Mike with a very good start there. Can he challenge from turn 1 as well? He changes his mind, slots behind, and now it's chase mode for GroveStreetRacing. Through the S's here, this is the part where I think Grove has got an advantage, driving with the wheel. But then Robe catches up, or has the chance to open up after here. But Mike trying to come around the outside there. Unusual place to attempt an overtake. And Robe a little bit sideways, losing a little bit of time. They go under the bridge into the hairpin now. Robe holding on to the lead. 4 laps to go. Who's gonna take this one, guys? You in the chat, who do you think is gonna take this one? Is it already 4-1 for Robe? Is it gonna be 5-1 or 4-2? Mike's keeping a really close gap there to Robe. I think this track favors Mike's style more. But you know, staying close is one thing. This is not a toge where you just need to stay close if you can't pass. Let's see. Through the chicane they go. On board with Mike Grove. He's gonna keep the super tight inside line. Look at that move there by Mike Grove, really bold there. What is Robe gonna do? He's gonna dive around the outside to defend his position. What a great defense there by Robe. Changed his lane right in the last second, came around the outside to hold on to the lead. Amazing move by Robe. Domitsakas wants his points back here. He voted that Mike was not gonna take any points back from Robe, but guess what? He took 1 point back. Might take another one. But as it stands, this is going the way of Robe. Let's start another prediction. This one's gonna be only 2 minutes to vote. What's going to be the final result? So what's going to be the final result of this? It's gonna be a 4-2 for Robe or a 5-1 for Robe. Can Mike take another one? Can Mike pass here? I can see Sniping Extended there on Grove's channel. What? Robe is a controller? He's not only the controller, man, he's on the D-pad. He's a D-pad legend. A little bit wobbly there on the chicane. Mike is really close. Let's go on board with him again. We are here, sorry, with Robe. So Mike told me he's been practicing a few around the outside moves. Look at Robe again. Same move around the outside. Can he make it work twice? Yes, he kind of can. Yes, he's holding on to the lead. Yes. So that's 3 laps. So this is lap 3. And Robe holding on to the lead. This is very close. This is a very good battle here at Suzuka. So if you're new to the challenge here, so GroveStreetRacing has challenged our double champion KSER Robe for a one-on-one, mano a mano. So because Robe got challenged, he picks 2 combos and 1 car. So Robe picked the Group 4 Porsche, max power, minimum weight at Circuit de Saint Croix A. He's won both races there. Then the second combo was the Peugeot RCZ Group 3 at Saint Croix C Reverse, and he's won both races there. And then the third car pick was here at Suzuka. So the third car pick is the Peugeot 86, sorry, Toyota 86. But Mike Grove picked Suzuka, which is where we are now. And Mike started leading race 1 and he took it. He's falling behind a little bit. He's now okay. He's closing the gap again. He's got 1 lap more to go, where he can take his points back, or he can take 1 more point back. There, he needs a win. He needs a pass first of all, and then he needs to hold on to the lead until the end of the next lap. But I think this is by far one of the best races we had today. Mike's putting up a great fight here, and he's really putting Robe to work. Mike's got literally half a car side by side there. Robe is gonna try to dive for the third time, but it does not work this time. It does not work this time, but Mike loses a little bit there, goes a bit too wide. But he is in the lead. That's Mike Grove onto the lead in the final lap of the final race. Grove is about to take another one here. He's gonna take 2 points off Robe. It's gonna be a 4-2 finish if it ends like this. But we still have half a lap to go. Under the bridge they go. Literally no difference between them two on the track. Left-hander chicane here. Robe trying to find a gap around the outside. It's going to be really difficult. These cars here, they are with BOP. They don't have increased power and reduced weight. So it's really difficult to make a pass here with unusual lines. And Robe there is trying everything he can. Of course, he would want a 6-0. He has a 5-1 now. Sorry, a 4-1, but that's about to become a 4-2. Mike's gonna win here. Both races. Who knows? Robe is gonna try to run the outside in the most dangerous part of the track. And it does not work. It does not work. Robe goes off the track. Is he gonna pick up a penalty there? He didn't. But into the chicane they go. GroveStreetRacing onto the lead. He's gonna get a checkered flag. And that is going to be a 4-2 for Robe. Grove takes the win at both races here at Suzuka and redeems himself. GroveStreetRacing with another win. Takes 2 points. But that's KSER Robe, who is the overall winner of this 1v1 challenge. That is 4 wins for Robe, 2 for GroveStreetRacing. So someone here on the chat bet 6,000 points on a 5-1 for Robe, and guess what? It was a 4-2. It was a 4-2. Someone is going to be really upset with the points here on the chat. But ladies and gentlemen, thanks for being here with us today. This was the 1v1 series between GroveStreetRacing and Robe. Two really fast drivers. If you don't know, again, just a quick intro. GroveStreetRacing from the US. Really fast driver, one of the fastest guys in the North America region. Featured in various 16 Superstars races. While KSER Robe, he's our double champion, drives with the D-pad, square and X for throttle and brakes, old school controllers. He is a beast, super fast guy, and he has won this one 4-2 against GroveStreetRacing. That was a very good race. That was an amazing show by the two drivers. Really fast guys, both of them. This is it for today's challenge, guys. Thank you very much for joining. We're gonna call it a day here. Let's see if there's anyone that we can raid. You can continue watching, actually. I'm just gonna paste the link here in the chat one more time. You can keep watching the broadcast here on Grove's YouTube channel. I just pasted the link in the chat. You can go to his YouTube Keep watching. Go there. Send him a big cheer. Congratulations for the result. But we're gonna finish here today. Thanks everyone for joining. Thanks everyone for taking part in the predictions. Absolutely loved it. Well done, Mike. Well done, Rollbay, for the challenge. I hope to see this again in the future. I'm Kurt Dunninger. I was your host for today, and this was the RXGT 1v1 series. Thanks, guys, and I see you soon.